Hello friends, in last lecture we have discussed one problem on finding the response of filter using discrete Fourier transform. Now in this lecture we will again discuss one problem. It is a kind of similar problem. In this also we are calculating DFT, but actually we are using fast Fourier transform to calculate discrete Fourier transform. As we know, fast Fourier transform is can be implemented with less number of coefficients, or we can say it will take less time. That's why more preferably for DFT we are using fast Fourier transform. So in this again the problem is that we have to find the output of a digital filter, and we are given with input xn and impulse response hn. So you can see that xn is given to us, which is 224, and hn is given to us 1 1. So again we have to find the output of the filter with having impulse response hn and to the input xn. That means we need to find yn. So how we can do that? So let's discuss. Now, if you see in this, again, the first thing is we need to find the length. So how we will find the length given xn is given to us, that is 224. So what is the length of xn? So length of xn is 3. So capital L we are keeping as 3. You can see L equal to 3. And what is the length of m? It is basically what is the value of m, which is length of hn, that is 2. Now what will be the length of the output of that filter? Again we have to use the formula length of first sequence, that is L, plus length of second sequence, that is H, L plus M, and then we have to use minus 1. So L plus M minus 1, it gives us 4. That means the length of the output will be 4. So we have to keep, now we have to use 4 point FFT. We have to calculate DFT, but for that we are using FFT algorithm. So because we need output of length 4, so other next step is we have to make the length of xn and hn both as 1. Both of that should be of length 4. So we are keeping this xn. How we can make that? We can pad 0 depending upon the requirement. So because xn was having length 3 and we have to make it 4, that means I have to pad 1 0. So we kept 1 0 over here. Now similarly hn was of length 2 and we have to make it 4. So how many zeros we will pad? We will pad 2 more zeros. So we kept 1 1 0 0. Again now this is of length 4. xn is of length 4. Now what is the next step? Next step is we have to calculate DFT. But in this what we will use decimation in time FFT algorithm to compute the DFTs of xn as well as hn. You can also use decimation in frequency algorithm, but in this we are using decimation in time algorithm, because we know for FFT you have two different types of algorithm for computing DFT. One is decimation in time and other is decimation in frequency. So here you are using decimation in time algorithm. So let's see how it works. So this is we can say butterfly structure, because FFT we are implementing using butterfly structure. So for decimation in time, first we have to, this you can see, we have to shift the order of small x, means input. So it is x0, x2, x1, x3. We have kept the values. Then we have to use this butterfly structure for calculating values in between, and this -1, this is for second, means when it is we can say because we are dividing in odd even parts, so that's it, second part is always with minus sign. And again we are using this W4 matrix, W4 values, because it is 4-point signal, and we need W4 0 and W4 1. And also in this we have involved the properties of twiddle factor, that is periodicity and symmetry. That's why instead of 4 values we are using 2 values, and then for other 2 values we are keeping -1 sign. So you have W40 equal to 1 and W41 equal to -j. So this is how we implement. Now what will be the value of S0? How you can calculate S0 from this? So you can see that S0 is, from here you are getting S0 as, you can see this is x0 plus x2. Similarly S1 will be, from here you are getting x0, and from here we are getting x2 multiplied with -1, so that will be x0 minus x2. So you can find out this way. So these are the 4 values, you can see S0, S1, S2 and S3. So you will get these 4 values. X0, S0 is x0 plus x2, it is coming out to be 6. Then we have S1, which is x0 minus x2, it is coming out to be -2. And the second means S2 and S3, if you see this diagram again, it is also multiplying with this twiddle values. So x, what will be S2? It will be x1, which is coming from here, and then x3 is coming from here, it is adding, and then it is multiplying with W4 0. That means after addition you have to multiply with W4 0, and that will be equal to S2 and similarly S3. So from that we are calculating these 4 values, S0, S1, S2 and S3. Now for final output, again you see what is, how you will get x0 in this structure. So x0 will be, from here you are getting S0, from here you are getting S2, you are adding S0 plus S2 for x0. Similarly, how you will get x1, capital X1, that will be S1 plus S3. And what will be, and remember in DIT algorithm input side will be shifted and output will be in sequence. So you will get capital X0, capital X1, X2 and X3. So by this you can calculate the 4 values. You can go for, once you check X2 also. So from top it is coming like S2, and then from here it is S2 multiplied with -1. So it is S0, and here also you will have one twiddle factor at the output, that will be actually W40. So that is 1. That's why we have not shown that, but actually here also you will get W40, W40, but that is equal to 1, so the answer will remain same. So we'll get 4 values, x0, x1, x2 and x3. So you can see these values. So the final DFT will be available like this: x0 as 8, x1 -2 minus j2, then capital X2 is 4, and capital X3 is -2 plus j2. Here also you can see that we are getting the conjugate values. Now similarly you can find the values for HK. Again you have to use FFT DIT algorithm, and what will be the values of XK? You can see here same algorithm we have implemented for small h, and again you can calculate S0, S1, S2, S3, and then from that you can find capital H0, capital H1, H2 and H3. So these are the 4 values which correspond to the H, DFT of H, which we have calculated using decimation in time FFT algorithm. So after getting X and H, means XK and HK, what is the next step? We have to find YK. And how you will find YK? By multiplication of these two factors. So you will multiply, so these are H values, then After getting, you have to multiply to obtain, you can see, yk. So yk we have applied, and it is xk dot hk. Again it is point to point multiplication you have to perform. So yk will come as 8 into 2 16, then you will multiply minus 2 minus j2 in by 1 minus j, so it will come out to be minus 4. Similarly 4 into 0 is 0, and minus 2 plus j2 with 1 plus j, it will give us again minus 4. So in this no complex value is there, so it is not having any conjugate pair. So after getting yk, what is the next step? We have to find yn. And again for yn you have to find inverse discrete Fourier transform, and for that again we are using inverse FFT algorithm. So if you see this inverse FFT algorithm, so this is, in this little bit change is there. One change will be, you will get at input side you will keep capital Y sequence, as you can see. So y0, y2, y1, y3, that is now shifted order like we are doing in DIT. And then what you will get at output, small y, that will be in sequence. So it is similar kind of DIT algorithm, but what is the change in this? Here it is at input side you will get DFT term, that is yk, and output side you will get small y n. And one thing is you have to keep this w factor, and here it will be conjugate of the previous. Fine, so that will be w4, you can say conjugate of 1. So w4 conjugate 1, that will be plus j. So we kept directly this value. And in similar manner you will apply that, and you will get S0, S1, S2, S3. And one more change is there, because in IDFT formula we have 1 by n, 1 by capital N. So here capital N is 4, so we are keeping this 4. This 4 you can multiply with each, you can say each line at the beginning, or you can also multiply at the end, but it will not change the answer. So we are getting S0, S1, S2, S3, and from that you will calculate small y0, y1, y2 and y3. So you can see the values. So the final output will be like this. So y0 will be 1 by 4 S0 plus S2, and then we have y1 will be 1 by 4 S1 plus S3, and y2 will be 1 by 4 S0 minus S2, and y3 will be 1 by 4 S1 minus S3. So it is coming out to be 2, 4, 6, 4. So this will be yn. So this was all in this lecture. Thank you so much.